Hey, what's going on? How are you, Miss Carrie?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I am well, thank you.
Hey, look, we've got a special friend with us all.
We do. We're two chicks and a dude tonight. What up, Phil Jones, NFL? How are you, my friend?
Jen, Carrie, how you guys doing tonight? Doing good.
We're
You know
good.
what? He's a pretty cool guy, regardless of who he roots for, but, every guy has at least one flaw.
You know, leave my team alone. It's the off season.
I think you're going to be screwed on this one because not only does Carrie hate your team, but she hates one of your no minority owners now, too, as long as the NFL approves it, which they will, because it's Tom Brady. And
they're gonna approve it. I think it was a smart move by Mark. You want to have somebody that's going to be willing to still believe in keeping, the Raiders should stay silver and black. It should stay this name, nothing else. And, Tom Brady is that kind of guy. He believes in, let's keep the original culture here. Let's keep that. Let's not go with no gold and silver or gold and black, some wild, outrageous colors. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, any way that the organization can not be successful, I would be very behind. But, however, you can't change colors on a team. What the hell?
Oh, are they really talking about doing that?
People have asked about that, and Mark Davis just looks, his mother looks and says, "Get out of my office."
That's funny. I mean, I think Carrie wouldn't mind if they went red and gold.
Ew.
Wait, what? No. I have a team already that's red and gold. We're good. We're good.
So just so everybody knows, Phil Jones is a huge Raiders fan, okay? And Carrie is a huge Chiefs fan, obviously. That being said, there's a little division of the house. However, one of the best debates I ever saw was between them when they dressed up as each other's owner. Like, Carrie dressed up as Mark Davis and Phil dressed up as Hines. Yeah, it was funny. Like, y'all, that was classic. I'm just saying.
I think that we pulled off a stunner and not ever to be topped, to be honest, on that show.
No. So how do you feel about this, Phil Jones, with Tom Brady buying in?
I
mean, there was a lot.
I know a lot of people in my fan base. There's a lot of fan base that are just like, I'm not with it and I don't like it. No, this is unacceptable. No, we're going the Patriots route. I'm like,
he's coming in as an owner, not a coach, as of now.
I mean, it's just a minority shareholder. That's it.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not nothing really big. I mean, if a fan wanted to do it, have the money, they could do the same damn thing.
So I do have a question for you, Bud. Does that mean that he is not? Is it a conflict of interest if he stays and does the commentary and part of the NFL team?
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It's because they're separate entities.
Okay.
I heard that there's a potential conflict, but that Fox wouldn't have an issue with that. I mean, it's Tom Brady. They're going to let him get away with whatever he wants.
Yeah, you already know. He'll just deflate it.
You see what you did there.
So
touche, sir. Touche, good sir.
I just kind of hope this means Greg Olson's job is safe. Carrie, I know you don't love him, but I do. So
He's not bad. He's not biased. He's not bad.
And he doesn't talk about himself. He talks about the play and how they executed it. Hello, I'm learning how to speak today. Hey, Damon. And I know Megan had a last-minute emergency tonight, just so everybody knows. Everything's all good.
I'll put it like this. It's better than listening to Jason Witten.
Oh.
He was stumbling over his word. Like, oh, what?
Yeah.
I think it was the Rams. It was the Rams and Chiefs Monday night game where it went like nearly about. They had like a combination. It was like a total of 150 points scored total.
Oh yeah, that was that the one right after the LA fire, and we were supposed to play in Mexico, and this field was unsafe, so we ended up in LA, and it was like 51-54, something like that. On the Monday night, wasn't that I think the score was like 3. It was a 3-point loss, I think, for us.
To the Raiders?
No, to the Rams.
Oh, sorry.
No, it was. I really think that the way that whole thing played out, it was supposed. It was when LA was under fire. I mean, like the air quality was not the best.
This is back when they were playing that what was it, stadium, the Rose Bowl. So yeah.
I think
they weren't even in the new stadium yet.
Yeah. So I think there was a lot of home field advantage there, but it was a phenomenal game. It's not one you can complain about.
Right.
It was when Aaron Donald was having. It's also the year they went on to lose at the Super Bowl and only score 3 points. But Aaron Donaldson was having an amazing game that day.
I'm not gonna lie. With the Panthers, I loved it when it was Darnold to wait. Never mind. Wrong names. I'll hush. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. So a couple of announcements have been made. What do we think of the Super Bowl being held at SoFi in a couple of years, or in San Francisco in a couple of years? Thoughts?
It'll do for one. Hopefully, the field doesn't fall apart. But just gonna say, I mean, I think what Green Bay has the draft.
Yeah. I think it'd be too cold to go to the draft then.
We're going to freeze to death out there.
Right? Did you go to the draft this year, Phil?
No, I did not. I ended up, I got busy, got sick. It was just like a hot mess.
Oh, you poor thing. Yeah, I didn't make it at the last minute either. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. So, sorry, Carrie.
I was going to say, and this is a hot topic for me, and I get it, I understand, but football is an outside sport.
Yes.
And really, really, really frustrates me that when it comes to Super Bowl, the only way you can host the Super Bowl is if you have an indoor stadium
that will hold a Final Four. I think that's a stupid rule because when you look at it, that's why they would never give it to Charlotte, right? But San Francisco has a climate very similar to Charlotte's.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can be at 70-degree weather in February, or we can be knee-deep in snow. But football's an outside sport.
Right.
I know why they go to the warmer weather, because they want the money and they want the fans that are going to spend the big bucks to go to those cities. And I get it.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it right, but I do understand.
But here's the thing. Charlotte's actually bigger than San Francisco. We surpassed them.
I don't know why they don't come to Charlotte. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like the fact that they're trying to flex on and make every stadium a covered stadium. I don't think that's right.
Yeah. They won it for the they've said in the past they want to be able to host a Final Four. Why are you comparing Final Four to the NFL? Literally, to this day, there's only been one player who has ever played in a Super Bowl and in a Final Four. Anybody know who that is?
Please enlighten me, please.
Canada? It is Julius Peppers.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Playing that, damn, played in the Super Bowl. Shit.
Yep. Sure did.
So we was playing what? Power forward? Or
Yeah,
we was playing small forward?
Let me Google it. I know he played at Carolina. Julius. College. Basketball. Position. Oh.
While you're doing that, I do want to do. I do think it's important that we mention that Jim Brown did pass away. Jim Brown was not only a phenomenal football player, he was also very talented across multiple types of sports, lacrosse. Did I read basketball and baseball too? I don't like. We'll blame it on the blonde highlights, but I think that, he was a phenomenal athlete. But then he stepped up, he left football and stepped into the political ring in advocacy as well as acting. So, I mean, the man was impressive and he blazed ways for many people to come after him. So I think we need to give a nod and a remembrance, and thoughts go out to his entire family. I think Jen met his daughter at Radio Road.
Yeah, she is super. Yeah. I mean, let me say this. She's kind. She's intelligent. She's beautiful. And she and I connected because somebody was being a smarty pants in front of us and we did not like it. So we just gave each other the eye to use that person. But yeah. Kimberly was really sweet. I don't know if she'll remember me. I do need to text her in a couple of months, I guess, to see if she'd like to still come on, because she was going to come on our show too. But,
nice.
Yeah, she's got some really cool projects in the works. So I'm very impressed by Miss Brown. Truly impressed. She's ambitious and driven. Like, I don't know, just hats off to her.
I was watching. I really think that it was Troy and Dave's show, the Gary Stevens and Stein show. And it made me stop and pause and realize what impact he had both in the game and in our nation. And that's pretty, not many people can say that. So, and he did it, and you really can't find anybody that speaks out against him.
No, he's an icon. I actually reached out to Charlie because I don't know if they were friends or not, but I feel like they could have like crossed paths a couple of times. But I mean, what a wonderful life. What a wonderful legacy. And he was a really good dad. And I never met Mr. Brown, but when I saw Kimberly talking about her dad, being a daddy's girl myself, I know that look. And she was so proud of him, so full of love towards her father. Like, I knew that look. Like, and I love that she had that relationship with him. Okay, I texted my husband because I can't find it online. So we'll see if he sees his phone or not. But so my other topic, and good call on that. So we're going to have two happy topics tonight, you guys. So I really wanted Phil on. You are exactly right, Henry. He was one of a kind. Truly.
Yeah, there's not going to be another one to place.
No, wasn't
make
he
that much kind of thumbprint impact on us?
Wasn't he first vote into the Hall of Fame also?
What, first ballot?
First ballot, yeah.
I believe he was, yeah.
I believe he was too. That is rare. That is so rare.
Yeah, back then, because he got voted back. What was it? 70? No, was it 69 or 70?
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, this on the top of my head.
1971 was when he was enshrined. He averaged 104.3 yards rushing per game.
Yeah.
Which was not impossible, because if you've ever watched his highlight reel, he found a hole and there was no stopping him. Like 60, 70-yard runs were not unknown or uncommon.
Yeah, once he got going, that was it.
Yeah, he was gone. His total career yards rushing, 12,312. 9 straight Pro Bowls. 9 straight. Every year he played in the league, which was 9 seasons, he went to the Pro Bowl. 126 career touchdowns and 8 and all NFL selections. And waited off the field. He played for 9 years, you guys. He could have played for longer. But the civil rights, the philanthropy, everything that he did was just awe-inspiring.
Correct.
I accidentally gave Kimberly initially when I met her. I was like, wait, John Brown. I got my Browns confused. And I was like, I thought he died a long time ago, because I was thinking of the owner of the Browns. And
Oops.
Bingo looked at me and he was like, oh no. She accepted my apology quickly, which I appreciate. So some happy news. Hey, Phil, what happened in the past couple of weeks that made us happy?
You mean with what, the WTF, or
yeah,
WFT, or was it?
Oh, I was just going to give you a big shout out that, congrats on getting Bryce Young. But yes.
Oh, thank you.
The Washington football team will no longer have the owner, Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder will be relinquishing the team over to, the Harris Group?
Yeah, Josh Harris, owner of the NBA 76ers and NHL's New Jersey Devils, along with, isn't Shaq part of this purchase?
No, Magic Johnson is a part of it.
Magic Johnson, you're right. I'm sorry. I get my tall superstar athletes confused sometimes. Especially when they have a lot more money than I do. Okay. Oh, he was a UNC power forward. Julius Peppers was. Thanks, babe. Okay. I was so excited. Like, as soon as I started reading that it had pretty much officially gone through, I think it just has to get NFL approval, and the NFL will approve. Especially like if we look back on the quotes that Ursi has said from the Colts owner, that it was time to move on. So now we just have 2 more owners to get rid of, and that are pretty evil. And I mean, none of them are amazing dudes, but 2 of them are 2 more left. But I credit like Megan Aber and the other Washington cheerleaders who really took this stand. They didn't back down. I credit journalists like yourself, Phil, who dug deep and kept doing that research. Like, I mean, Phil, that's amazing the research you did, the podcast that you did on it, everything. Phil is on top of this from the from before the word jump. Like Phil saw this jump shot coming and he was on it before it even left the ground, which impresses me. And I'm
also putting himself in harm's way. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Phil, what all have you learned? Have you been doing any research into the new ownership group? Do you think it'll be above board this time?
I put it like this. If you ain't getting the job done at 100%, your ass is getting fired. I mean, you saw what he did in Philly.
That's true. Yeah, he took Philly, let them tank for a couple of years, built it back up to where they are now. And honestly, and they've done a great job. It hasn't been that long since they were intentionally tanking.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that got me. I was like, damn, I mean, he said, Doc, you're gone. I was like, yeah, I mean, you couldn't give Doc another year to just kind of keep going, just to keep some continuity going.
Yeah.
So that.
Sorry, I went back further. My bad. I forgot about Doc. Sorry, y'all.
No, that's kind of an interesting story. So what does that speak for Celtics and their coach?
I mean, I think our buddy
Doc, that's his first year. This is his first year. I would say he's a rookie head coach.
Well,
but from what I was hearing, that he doesn't have the locker room. So how long is that going to be an option?
Okay, that's one I hadn't heard. But I think Dom Darubis said this, and I think he said it best. He was like, Ume's superpower was coaching Jason and Tatum and Brown. And we didn't have, Horford like chewing them out in the locker room this year, which is what really helped propel last year.
Smart, so
these are two the best players in the NBA. You can't get it done. You're not stepping up. You're not willing to. Because I'm gonna be real, they sit on that bench and just say, "Screw it, we're just gonna get blown out," and not go back out there and fight. I will at least say this: this man got swept, but they still fought. None of those were blowouts.
It's true.
When everybody thought one of the games were going to be a blowout, Lakers came back and fought, and they cut down to like 2. I think the game they lost by like 3. The thing about it, nobody expected that team to make.
No, they were counting down the middle of the season. They were counting down the middle of the season, so they won't even make it to the end.
Well, that's all you have to say to LeBron James, because he provokes me, because I think naturally he is the most gifted player to ever play the game, but he provokes me because he gives up on his team all the time, which is why I'm not a fan. Like, I'm sorry, walking off the court, not a fan of that.
My whole thing with LeBron, like especially last night, he literally he ran out of juice.
Yeah, and that happens.
He ran out of juice. Age showed. Father Time showed. Hey man, time for you to pay your dues.
But here's the thing: is why he he had 40 last night? Is that what I remember?
Yeah.
He has carried this team all flipping season. So AD steps up every once in a while. I mean, but LeBron has carried that team. I'm not a big LeBron fan. I mean, it is what it is. I have other people I enjoy watching. I'm really a big Jimmy. I was gonna say call it Jimmy Buckets, but it's Jimmy Butler. I enjoy watching him play. I was behind Ja, but Ja's kind of got his mind in something else, and I hope he gets better. But I enjoy watching Jimmy play. Maxey from the 76ers is fun for me to watch. Reminds me of some of the guys I played that I was on as stats girl for 2 different teams. My high school and college teams. So I kind of have something that comes close there. But I don't understand how nobody else on the Lakers steps up when it needs to be stepped up. I don't understand that whole thing.
Well, I mean, a couple of years ago, there were a lot of rumors circulating that a lot of very strong athletes really just were over LeBron's attitude and they didn't want to play with him. I can see that.
But if he's going to get you to the championship.
But one player can't win it all.
I mean, we just saw that. He can't pull the Lakers to the championship ground.
Exactly.
So
there's a very limited window, because when he first came out, he was amazing when he first came out, right? But he was so young, still wet behind the ears. So you can't, at that age, then you have that time period where you're seasoned and not too old, versus when you're playing 82 games a season. 82, that's just not fair. And your body needs time to recuperate. Just speaking as an athlete, your body needs some time to recuperate a little bit. That's not a lot of time. Between practices, off season, everything else, I'm just saying. And I'm not defending him, because I've stood staunch in my belief that he just doesn't give his team his all with his dedication and drive, which is where I think college would have helped him. I think college would have helped him.
He still went back and went to school. I mean, still.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't play in college. So
you know what? Remember, there was a handful of guys that started and didn't go to college.
Yeah.
And dominated. Kobe Bryant was one. I mean, we look at Kevin. He was another. We go down the list.
I think KD went to college.
Kevin Durant? I mean, no, not Kevin Durant. Kevin Garnett.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Garnett. KD went to Texas basically for one season, and
he did one and done.
That's the system. Yep.
Welcome to Duke.
Which, we're talking about recuperating and one and done, or not even going through college, and then you step back and think about what the WNBA players go through and how their seasons are structured, and how some of those players.
We're not going to talk a lot about WNBA tonight.
Yeah, I know we're not.
But was anybody else surprised that the Mercury Suns was not as, Phoenix Mercury was not a sellout with Brittany's first home game?
And I'm going to tell you this, just like I get tired of hearing the same commentary between, I'm going to interject Burrow and Mahomes commentary and how blah, 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 blah. They wore me out on Brittany's first game.
Yeah.
I'm like, find something new. We don't need to keep repeating that same little over and over again. Literally, I gave up on the game because it was annoying. It was just not that what she went through is anything to scoff at. I was really happy to see her back. I enjoyed watching the game. I wanted to mute the commentators because they said the same 3 things every commercial, right before every commercial break. And you're like, okay.
I mean, if you guys are looking for new commentators, I know a really good one. Look up the Queen of Hoop. Just saying.
Right.
Ashley, if you're watching this, pull some of your strings for our girl. But, so what are you guys' hopes for with this season with the Commanders and with the Raiders? And Carrie, you're going back to the Super Bowl, so we're not even going to worry about you.
No, I don't ever make that claim. Sorry.
Okay. What's your hope for the offseason, for upcoming? OTAs are underway. Mini camps are done. What's your thought?
Take it away, Phil.
I mean, look, OTAs. I think a lot of guys are just going to take it slow. Not going to try to get hurt. As you can see today, Alan Lazard and Aaron Rodgers for the Jets just went down. I don't know how severe it is. I don't know if it's minor or they're going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Aaron is saying it was just a tweak.
And they always say it's a tweak, and then they come lingering and bothering them. But the Jets, man, now everything's coming out against them. One of the former running backs from University of Maryland, Trey Johnson, he had tore his pec. They told him to go get it fixed. And then all of a sudden they said, yeah, you're done. We're cutting you. After you just told me what to do. I don't know what the Jets doctors are thinking of or doing, but Mekhi Becton.
You can investigate.
Yeah, and Mekhi Becton, he came out and said something about the medical, really the medical staff, and I think even the coaching staff. I mean, some people can jump and say, well, they didn't pick up his fifth-year option, or they're looking to move on from him, blah, blah, blah. I still look at what happened with Trent Williams. They allowed this man to play with a brain tumor.
Yep. I'm so glad who was the coach then? With that was
while that was going on,
it was right before Rivera.
It was between the time of Jay Gruden and,
because I remember when Rivera went there, Trent Williams had just found out, and Rivera told Jay, Trent, hey, I understand if you want to leave, but we're bringing in a whole new medical staff. I'm a different head coach. And off he went to San Francisco, which I understand, because I feel like that may have come down from Dan Snyder.
I put it like this: there was a lot of eyebrow raises with their medical staff, almost like the Chargers were dealing with.
Yeah. I'm just glad it's getting all underway. I'm curious if Ron is going to be able to keep his job. I don't know. What do you think?
He made the playoffs, so they gave him some time. I don't care. When you can make the playoffs, especially in that division, that gives you time.
Yeah.
The other thing I was looking at, I like the quarterback.
Sam Howell? I love Sam Howell.
Sam Howell, he did a hell of a job at North Carolina.
Yes,
I got
to
see him at the Senior Bowl last year. Mm-hmm. And I think Sam Howell should be a quarterback getting drafted way higher than what we were seeing. And I don't know. They really treated that quarterback class like trash. I feel like they went to the wrong. I feel like these guys went to the wrong teams.
Right. And I'll say this: Sam literally lost his entire receiving core from his freshman and sophomore years.
What made things a little bit
completely lost them all because they'd all gone into the draft the year before.
What literally hurt him even more, because he even lost his running backs, both his running backs. What made things a little worse for Sam? He was dealing with a lingering ankle and foot, going from Senior Bowl. Why he wasn't able to perform in the combine, and he couldn't even really do his tryouts, like his workouts and whatnot with teams. He couldn't go all out like a lot of guys could do. But I mean, overall, I feel like Washington's in a good position once again, be fighting, competing. They did bulk up that O line. As we all know, that defense is pretty damn good. They were smart and they said we got to focus on defensive backs. And once you do that, I mean, they're going to be good to go.
I agree. And you know who I'm interested in seeing this year? Honestly, I'm really intrigued by, not just because I'm a fan, I promise, because Carrie can attest that I have concerns about Bryce. Ironically, it's not his size, because in the Charlotte sports market, petite athletes have done us well. Steve Smith, Muggsy Bogues. I can go on and on and on. And so that never bothered me. Christian McCaffrey, not a tall dude. He's maybe an inch or two taller than I am. And yeah, but I'm really interested in seeing Downs and Richardson in the Colts in Indianapolis. I'm really intrigued by that combo right there.
I am excited to see how everything plays out and see whose Titans going to put on the field.
Mm-hmm.
They already gave up on their first round pick last year, so is his name Malik?
Well, I'm just saying that's what you get when you draft first round from Liberty. Just saying.
Well, I mean, they're not I don't feel like they've worked their drafts very well, but I'm not complaining too loudly because as long as we can beat them, I don't care.
It's a good fit. I mean, it has to be a good fit because Malik could probably still do well. I could see him in a scheme like in Pittsburgh.
I wonder if he's better for one of the spring leagues or some, like the XFL or the CFL.
Maybe.
You got to look at the whole situation that went on. See,
that's true.
He should have never went to Tennessee. He should have went to a team that was more established with their quarterback coach and really just the quarterback room in general. Ryan Tannehill was already acting like an asshole, like he didn't want to help him. And you see that predicament going on. Now they're going with the guy that puts coffee in his mayo, or mayo in his coffee.
Will Levitt.
No, I've got a question. Do we think he does that to keep calories?
I don't know. That's just nasty. It's disturbing.
I think it's a Southern thing. I think that is a Southern thing.
How's your face? He's not even from the South, is he?
Yeah.
No, he's from PA.
He's from Cali.
No, I think he's from that region, isn't he?
No, because he went to Penn State.
Hold on, I'm pulling up his wiki page. Oh no,
he's from Massachusetts. He's from Massachusetts.
He's from Mass. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's that weird Boston vibe too. So there's that. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, you're being mean. My best friend is from right outside Boston. I'm just saying. What up? Okay, so Carrie
found that Tatum thing going there, and
Carrie found a really cool story for us because, as everybody knows, we love to end on a happy note. So I think we actually have two happy stories tonight. One, Snyder selling the team, woohoo! And two, Carrie's happy story. Carrie, take it away.
So at the end, we're going to talk about a little boy in Chicago who is 11, who is autistic, and he was tired of being bullied. And I don't know if neurodivergent. So, sometimes it's a sensory issue, sometimes it's other things, but he has developed a clothing line for those that neurodivergent that is called Divergent Clothing. That there are different sensory patches that you can put in the hoodies especially. or inside the pocket, the different linings inside the hoodies, the different strings and stuff inside the pocket to help give them confidence and something to calm. It came out of him being bullied, but he took what he wanted to educate, and his family stood behind him, and he's created this clothing line called Divergent Clothing at age 11 to help others understand what he goes through. And then, so I don't have that, fortunately I don't have to deal with that, but I could buy clothing from them to support him.
Yes.
Because they make the non-sensory stuff as well. So you can wear something similar to siblings can wear things that are similar in support of the one that needs the textures and stuff. So I thought that was really neat. Like I said, the clothing line is called Divergent Clothing. So if that's something that would be beneficial to anyone, that you want to support this young man and his desire to educate as well as to find an outlet for himself, check it out. It's pretty cool, actually.
We'll put the link in the Facebook page for
Yep.
3 Chicks in a Pod.
Yep.
And I love that. Carrie shared that with us a couple of weeks ago, but some other news stories came up that we wanted to cover. But Carrie was very passionate about covering it, and I 100% backed her on this.
Yep. I think it's amazing.
Like, just remember, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So if anybody needs somebody to talk to, reach out to us, reach out to a therapist, a counselor, a good friend who can actually listen.
You are a snowflake in this world. Everyone is made beautifully and wonderfully and that is designed to be a part of the place you are in.
Exactly.
So do not let anybody convince you that you do not belong, because you do. You are very important.
And like I said, you can reach out to any one of us. You can message us. You can hit us up on Twitter. All of our Twitter chat names are on here. Plus, Megan is at Queen of Hope. And it'll stay between us. Like, not the three of us, but like you and I. Because we just want to make sure everybody is getting the help they need. Obviously, get professional therapy or counseling if needed. And make sure you call the suicide prevention hotline if you're feeling really, really bad and you don't see a way out. Because it's...
I have been told my entire life, and it's very true. It is always darkest before the dawn, right?
100%.
I have been in that darkness. I found my dawn, and it's not always easy.
It's not.
I walk the walk, and I'm here to listen. I don't talk a talk, I listen. So you're not alone.
Nope. I went through a huge legal battle from 2009 to 2013, and it was hard. I was depressed. Suicide crossed my mind more than once. Then I realized we were too broke for me to put the expense of a funeral on my husband. And so just take care of your mental health. It will be okay. It will get better. My remote literally got stuck on a channel one day, which is why I always say this. Carrie can attest. Whatever setback is actually set up for something so much better than you can imagine. So always know that.
We love you all. We appreciate you supporting us.
Yes.
We love Phil, even though he loves the Raiders. I mean, again, all men have one minor flaw. Phil's is the Raiders. But I digress again.
Phil, you know how I know about the Raiders? Raiders are probably the team I've known about the longest in my life, all because of NWA. I'm not going to lie.
Raiders used to be the things of my nightmares as a child. The Mad Max makeup, the dark hole.
You guys, if y'all have any questions, feel free. Hey, D, what's up? That's my friend Dimitri. What up? If you guys have any thoughts, suggestions, reach out to us, put it on the Facebook page, and like PM us individually, us, including Candy Ebling. Any one of us, reach out, hit us up. And thank you guys for watching. Sorry we went a few minutes over. Carrie and I were a little excited to have our guy on, Phil Jones, because we love Mr. Jones. Because if y'all don't know Phil, he's one of the best. Check out his podcast as well. It's the Unfiltered Truth. And it's always a good time. Even check out some of the past episodes. He's got some really good stuff. So thank you guys. I hope you have a great night.
Please be safe during Memorial Day weekend. We will see you next Tuesday.
See you next week. Bye.
All right. Take care.